The scent of expensive lilies and floor wax always made Deborah's head ache, but today, the fragrance felt particularly suffocating. At 62, Deborah's hands were a map of hard labor, calloused, etched with deep lines, and currently trembling as she buffed the marble floors of the Vanguard Heights penthouse. This wasn't just any cleaning job, this was the home of Sharon Vane, the woman the media called the Ice Queen of Tech. Deborah knelt on the cold stone, her joints popping in the silence of the cavernous foyer. She moved with a practiced, invisible grace, the kind developed by decades of working in rooms where she wasn't meant to be heard or seen. Through the floor-to-ceiling windows, the city stretched out like a glittering carpet of gold and glass, but Deborah's world was only as large as the square of marble she was currently scrubbing. Suddenly, the heavy mahogany doors swung open. The rhythmic click-clack of high heels rang out like gunshots against the stone. Sharon Vane marched in, draped in a coat that cost more than Deborah earned in 3 years. She was mid-sentence, barking orders into a sleek phone, her voice sharp enough to cut glass. She didn't look down, not until her pointed heel skidded slightly on a damp patch Deborah was still polishing. Sharon stopped dead. She looked down at her scuffed shoe, then at the woman kneeling at her feet. Her eyes didn't hold irritation, they held a profound, chilling disdain. "Do you have any idea what these cost?" Sharon's voice was a low, dangerous simmer. She flicked a glob of latte from her sleeve onto the floor Deborah had just finished cleaning. "You missed a spot, old woman. Though, I suppose when your entire life is spent in the dirt, you stop noticing it." Deborah looked up, her breath catching in her throat. She didn't see a tech mogul, she saw the tiny, crescent-shaped birthmark just below Sharon's left ear, a mark she had kissed every night for 3 months before the world was ripped away from her 25 years ago. "It's her," she thought. "My daughter is the woman who views me as less than human." Sharon sneered, stepping over Deborah's hand as if it were a piece of trash. "Clean it up. And try to be invisible. Before we go further, have you ever felt the sting of being judged by someone who didn't know your true story? Let us know in the comments, we'd love to hear how you handled it, ***. Deborah didn't move for a long time. She forced herself to stand, her knees screaming in protest. Every day for 25 years, she had survived on the what-ifs. What if the fire hadn't destroyed the hospital records? What if the agency hadn't told her the baby didn't survive? Deborah lived in a cramped studio in Cicero, working 3 jobs just to pay a private investigator who had finally, 3 weeks ago, handed her a folder with Sharon Vane's face on it. As Deborah moved toward the kitchen, she encountered Juan, the estate manager. Juan was a man with kind eyes and a weary posture. "She's in a mood today, Deborah," Juan whispered. "Big merger. Don't take it personally. Does she always talk to people like they are dirt, Juan?" Deborah asked. Juan sighed. Sharon was raised by the Vanes after they adopted her. Old money, cold hearts. They taught her that the world is divided into those who rule and those who serve. I'd like to believe there's something else beneath the ice, but I haven't seen it in years. Just then, Sharon's assistant rushed in, ordering the study to be cleaned for a meeting with investors. Deborah made her way to the study, where she found Sharon standing by the window. For a second, the Ice Queen looked small, clutching a small velvet box. "I told you to be invisible," Sharon said without turning. "I'm just here for the spill, ma'am," Deborah said softly. Sharon turned, her eyes scanning Deborah's tattered uniform. "Why do you do it? Stay in this life." "There is dignity in all work, Sharon," Deborah said, the name slipping out. Sharon stiffened. "It's Ms. Vane to you. Don't let your station deceive you into thinking we are on a first-name basis." The atmosphere turned frigid. Sharon stepped closer, asking how the cleaner knew her name. Before Deborah could answer, the door burst open. Andrew, the man Sharon was rumored to be marrying, walked in. He looked like success personified, but his eyes were restless and cold. He picked up a gold locket from the desk, a tarnished, antique piece. You're still keeping this piece of junk? Andrew chuckled. It looks like something a maid would wear. He made a move to toss the locket toward the trash. Don't. The word tore from Deborah's throat. She stood up, face flushed. It's an antique. It would be a shame to throw away history. Andrew's face darkened. Sharon, why is this woman still in the room? Sharon snatched the locket and turned to Deborah with venom. You've overstepped. Consider yourself done. Juan. Fire her. And check her bags. People like her always have sticky fingers. As Juan led Deborah toward the service elevator, she handed him a crumpled envelope. Juan, please. Give this to her when she's alone. It's the truth. Do you believe Sharon's cruelty is a product of her upbringing, or is she choosing to be this way? Tell us in the comments what you think, ***. Back in the penthouse, the gala was in full swing, but Sharon retreated to her dressing room. Juan appeared and handed her the envelope. Inside was a yellowed photograph of a younger Deborah holding a newborn baby. In the photo, the baby's head was turned, clearly showing the crescent birthmark. The note on the back read, ***, I never stopped looking for the light of my life. I don't want your money, Sharon. I just wanted to see if you grew up happy. ***. Sharon's vision blurred. The facade shattered. Suddenly, Andrew walked in, snatching the photo. I knew it. She's a grifter. I'll call the police. Give it back, Andrew, Sharon said. We are about to sign $1 billion merger. You cannot have a cleaning lady mother in the headlines, Andrew insisted. Get out, Sharon whispered. And the merger is off. After Andrew stormed out, one revealed the darkest secret of all. He had found records showing that the hospital fire in 1999 was a cover-up. The Vanes had used their influence to declare the baby dead so they could adopt her. She's been working here for 3 weeks just to be near you, one said. Sharon's heart raced. She had called her mother a thief. Suddenly, a security alert flashed on her phone. Unauthorized person at the service entrance. Andrew had called the police to Deborah's apartment to dispose of the problem. Sharon and Juan raced to Cicero. They arrived to see police lights reflecting off grimy windows. Andrew had planted the locket in Deborah's bag. Deborah was being zip-tied, crying that she hadn't stolen anything. Release her. Sharon shouted, bolting from the car. She didn't steal anything. I gave that to her. That woman is my mother. The neighborhood went silent. As the police released her, Deborah collapsed from the stress. Sharon caught her, sobbing into her mother's worn coat. I'm sorry, Deborah whispered. I ruined your life. No, Sharon cried. You're the only real thing I've ever had. At the hospital, the doctor told Sharon that Deborah was stable but exhausted. When Sharon entered the room, she returned the locket. I'm done being the Ice Queen, Sharon promised. I'm going to fix this. Sharon orchestrated a counterstrike. She returned to the Vane estate, confronted her adoptive parents with the evidence of their kidnapping, and invited the news crews to witness the confession. She liquidated her shares, stepped down as CEO, and moved into a quiet life. 6 months later, in a small garden in Cicero, the Ice Queen was gone. Sharon Rossi sat on a porch with her mother, Deborah. They were no longer divided by marble floors or golden cages. They were just a mother and daughter, finally home. Thank you so much for watching The Secret in the Marble. We hope this story reminded you that the most valuable things in life aren't found in a penthouse, but in the people we love. If you enjoyed this journey, please like this video, comment your thoughts on Sharon's change of heart, and subscribe to our channel. Expect more addictive, emotional stories from us very soon.